Hi there, it's Simone. Today I would like to participate in Ellie's PlannerTag that she shared a very long time ago. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to film now. My name is Simone and I think I'm just gonna dive right into the first question, which is, who are you? That's why I'm filming face to face. I'm Simone. I am a mom of 3 boys. Currently I'm 43 years old and I'm a barista at Starbucks. I do lots of things. I love being creative with various different mediums. I did scrapbooking for a while. Right now I'm planning, journaling, knitting a lot, dabbling in embroidery right now. So everything that uses my hands is something that I enjoy. I love cooking, I love baking. I dabbled for the first time ever in my life with gardening. We have this little teeny tiny porch in front of our house, concrete, where I grew some veggies in grow bags, and I still need to learn a lot, but it was successful. So that's who I am. I enjoy going out in nature, which I don't do often enough because I'm also a couch potato. Everything that I do or enjoy doing mostly requires sitting. So yeah. And when there's no pandemic, I also like to climb at the climbing gym. And yeah, that's about everything that there is to know. I live in the Bay Area, but I am originally from Germany. I have been here for 5 years, almost exactly now. And yeah, I really don't know where I will end up. I don't think that this is our final destination. I have been married for 15 and a half years. I have been together with my husband for 1997. So what's today? 2020? 23 years. Yeah, so I have been with my husband longer than I haven't been with him. And I guess that's everything there is to say about me. Let me switch the camera around and answer all the other questions. I just wanted to hop on here face to face and share who you see when you watch my videos. All right, so let's do this. Second question is, how did you come across the online planner community? And I think it happened quite organically when I started watching YouTube videos, I think in the end of 2014, and mainly scrapbooking videos. And then I found a scrapbooking company, Coco Daisy to be exact, that also dabbled or started to release planner kits. And I followed one of those. I followed Doris Sander. She was on their creative team at that time. And she used their traveler's notebook for planning, and I was totally hooked. That was in October of 2015. I purchased one of their traveler's notebooks one-off, and then I got a traveler's notebook cover, this one, for Christmas that year, and I started planning with Coco Daisy products mainly in January of 2016. And that's when I dove right in. I found my best planner friend, Anna from Café Can Anna over in Sweden. There, I applied for their teams and I was exclusively planning and, having conversations with people in the Coco Daisy Planner Fans group. I spent a lot of time there. I helped building that community, and it was a lot of fun. But as usual for me, sometimes I am so overcommitted and so obsessed with something that isn't healthy for me anymore. I decided in the end of 2018 that it was time for me to stop exclusively being obsessed with Coco Daisy, and I started dabbling around, and I haven't really found a replacement for that community, but that is totally okay. Right now I'm working, I have people there that I talk to at work, I have knitting friends and friends from other hobbies, so it's kind of okay. I use this YouTube channel to talk to people, replying to comments, and sometimes there's people that I vibe with more than others, and so there's Instagram messages and posts, and that's enough for me right now. I don't need that close-knit community, or at least that's what I think I don't need. So I hope that answers that question. I follow people on Instagram that I admire and that I consider, some I consider friends, some I consider inspiration, some are both. What is your current everyday carries? So this is right now, I just started it in the beginning of July, my current everyday carry. But I don't really take it out of the house. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. I'm not really going anywhere, so I'm not taking it. And I don't really know if I would take it with me to schedule appointments at doctor's offices or anything, because I usually use my phone for planning and scheduling events, and that's totally enough for me. I use this to write down daily to-do lists. I reflect on the week. I use this for monthly goals or reviews. My goals I put into a different planner, different notebook into this. So I have several books that I use on and off, but this is what I would consider my everyday carry. But the other books that I hopefully more consistently use, this is a notebook where I put down my goals, where I write down what I spent and in and out budget-wise. I also I have failed in 2020 after the pandemic, but I want to go back and fill it out. A table where I put down and reflect each month on the highlights for that month, the challenges that I need to or obstacles that occurred, and the accomplishments. So highlights are more events and things that happened, that I experienced, and accomplishments are more things that I can touch, for if that makes sense. So I want to go this month, my goal is to go back and fill in all the missing pieces, because this is kind of like a goal setting planner, if that counts as a planner, and I really enjoy it. It helps me stay focused on the things that matter to me most. Then this was my journal. It's a Hobonichi Weeks. I am still stuck in May, but right now I feel like I have been having health issues with my back and shoulder, so I wasn't able to sit down for a long time to work in it. So that was enough, and it was also, since it's full pages, I really immensely enjoyed working in this, but I feel like I'm ready to go in here and catch up on the pages and weeks that I have been missing. And May to August isn't that much to catch up, so I'm really excited to get back in here. I guess my favorite notebook makers and colors, as you can see, is just rustic browns. This is 2 notebooks are from Eberhard Studio. And this one is my knitting journal that I update maybe every quarter or so. I print photos and stick them in here. And this is my reference notebook that I'm trying to revamp at the moment. It works, but it also doesn't. So I need to rethink how I use this. So, Everyday Carry Hobonichi, Cousin, Avec, right now. From January to June, it was the Stalogy A6 notebook that I filled up all the way, almost all the way. And in 2019, my everyday carry was a Jibun Techo. And to be honest, right now, I don't feel like I need a certain planner to be able to plan with my planning system, because I have a very systematic approach. I do the same things all the time. And as long as I have space to write down my weekly to-do list, to have a weekly overview of my week, to see how many appointments, my work schedule, and other time slots that are preoccupied already, so that I can get a rough feeling for how the week will go, how much time in between for grocery shopping, my hobbies, me time, family time there is. And as long as I can write down daily to-do lists, everything is fine, and I don't need a specific planner to do that. Right, that's why I'm using this right now. I really enjoy putting the journaling and planning aspects in one notebook. It makes things really easy, and I enjoy it immensely. What is your favorite type of pen? So that is kind of, I'm biased, or I have a strange thing to say right now, because my favorite type of pen is a fountain pen. However, I'm not really using them at the moment. I have been using a Stalogy, and the Stalogy paper wasn't very suited for, let me put it this way, for my pens, my handwriting, and the ink I was using. I don't really know what was the thing that I needed to have changed in order to make it work, because I see other people use fountain pens in Stalogies. It just didn't work for me. So I didn't really use fountain pens. I am using them more often, but the convenience of, well, that's a bad example because I haven't used them right here. This is fountain pen, this is fountain pen. So I'm often, when I journal, this is fountain pen, this is fountain pen. I use them, but not when I do on a daily plan, when I plan my day, because I don't have to wait for the pen to dry, and I'm not prone to smudging when I use this, which is my most used pen, which is question number 5. So what is your most used pen? This is the Uni Jetstream in 0.5. It writes smoothly. It never skips for me. It doesn't smear. It's not dark black, but it does a great job. It is a 3 multi-pen, so I can use 3 different colors, which I love doing, or loved doing before. The thickness is good in my hands. I have really big hands, so finer and thinner pens sometimes kind of disappear in my hand, and this barrel is nice, and I like using it to write. So that's my most used pen. 2 honorable mentions. I also love using I have to add it into the description and put a thing up here. I didn't bring it with me. It's a mechanical pencil, and I think it's the Delgard. I love that pen. It has the barrel that I'm using is a Snoopy barrel, and I really like the way it feels in my hand, and it writes nicely. I use this to meal plan and stuff. And then another pen. I really don't use a lot of felt tip pens. I'm trying to use a Crayola Super Tips to learn hand lettering as nicely as Sarah Martinez, but I'm far from the way from where she is. I actually really love using my watercolors to write. Another pen that I often use is a felt tip pen. I have a huge box with all the pens that I have purchased, and I'm trying to use all of those. And so I just grab a color that works with whatever is on the page already and write. What are your favorite planner accessories? So my most favorite planner accessory is actually hidden right here. This is a stencil, and I love this checkbox stencil. I just don't know. I get a kick out of perfectly shaped, same size checkboxes, and that's what I use it for. If I had this and a piece of paper, I would be absolutely happy. And then the other things are add-ons. I love using watercolor. Even if I wasn't writing like here, I like to use watercolor to mark certain appointments, schedule blocks, like here, my work hours, or here, this is this week. I like writing words with it, and I also like to just add some watercolor washes in the background of my paper. So that is what I use this for, and I wouldn't really need anything else besides these things to plan and have some color in my life without spending a lot of money. I started out with the Pocket palette from Winsor Newton Cotman. It is a very affordable palette. It has all the colors that you need to mix more colors, and throughout I think I got this last year, and throughout the year, when I went to the art shop, I got some special tubes, colors that spoke to me that I wanted to try. So I filled this one up, and I also have the White Nights watercolor pan. The watercolors, they are not necessary. This is totally enough. And when I used to journal in the Hobonichi weeks, this is all that I used, and I got all of those different colors that you can see in here are mostly made using this palette, and it works perfectly well to get a rainbow of colors. But this is another palette that I love using, and right now I am using this more than this one, but it doesn't mean that this one wouldn't work. I love using, where's my paintbrush? This is a very affordable paintbrush. I haven't really found it online, but if you go to the art store, what I found with using brushes for watercolor hand lettering is the bristles need to be quite sturdy, kind of a hard brush, because for me, it's the same with like a Tombow marker, the brush marker. If the bristles, the felt tip is too soft, it is much harder to write with it than with a harder tip. And the 3 really gets nice and fine strokes. I don't think that this is this paintbrush, but this one is it. Okay, what else? Yes, I also love using stickers. I'm trying to get through all of my stash and make a dent in that, because I am guilty of hoarding all the pretty things. And I also have this sticker book where I have my functional, well, functional. I don't know if this is functional, but it's pretty, and it kind of character stickers organized by topic. I really try to use all of these things because I have them. It's not that I need them. Another very affordable thing that you could use and that I really enjoy using in this planner as well is printables. This one is a free printable from Hank's Diary. And this one is a printable from Sissy's Art Cafe. I am a member of her Patreon, and we get this as part of our perks. But there's lots more printables, and if you keep your eye open, there's lots of free printables that you can use to add to your planner, and that are very affordable to go. I really want people to know that you do not need to have top of the line, most expensive, all the things to plan, to journal, to be creative. If you have a pen, if you have some colors, a watercolor set, the one at Michael's that is $5 is perfectly fine, because I really want this to be approachable and not have people feel like they wouldn't be able to do this without the best product available. And you can totally do this. I would really love everyone who's watching my videos to go and do something that they enjoy doing, just so that they can fill their bucket. And it doesn't even have to be journaling. Just realize by watching my videos that I really enjoy what I'm doing, and that you get the urge to think about what is it that you love doing, and then you go and do this. 10 minutes is totally fine. If you do something that you really enjoy for 10 minutes every day, come back after 1 week and tell me how you're feeling. I will predict that you feel a lot better, more grounded, have a fuller bucket than before the week when you started. And that's all I want to do when I share everything that I share. Now I'm very philosophical. What have been your biggest challenges when it comes to planning is to be overwhelmed with the amount of product that I acquire and accumulate. That's why I'm really working hard on using up all the things that I have, and also letting go of the things that I'm not using. Just because somebody else loves using something doesn't mean that I have to love using the same things. And sometimes, especially in the beginning of the planner journey, there are purchases that turn out to be wrong, and then you feel guilty for spending so much money. But I guess it's for me, it's better to get rid of those things. So FOMO, seeing somebody else having something that I think I need to have, is really a struggle for me, but I am working on it. And another really big challenge in my own planning is that I set rules and boundaries for myself, and I box myself into this really tiny space and do not allow myself to be to break out of it. And that's what I have been working on this year, and it has been really, really good for me. What do you do if you are in a planner funk? I make a list, and then I go through the list and start prioritizing, and try to file the list away into different other lists, and then start working on the most important things. That usually helps. And then I don't need, again, pen, paper, list. That's all. What do your loved ones think of your planner hobby? They know that it's very important for me. And I always hope that my kids that it will rub off, and they start seeing the benefits of doing something that they enjoy. And my husband, I think he sees that I benefit from it and that I am more productive with a planner than without. And even though sometimes my priorities aren't his. If you have taken any personality test, yes, I have taken the Enneagram test, but I actually don't really remember what it was. This is how important they are for me. They are actually not at all. And that's all I have to say. I forgot. I read through it. I was like, yeah, some things apply, some things don't. It was something, I think it was a 1 with a side of 9 or a 9 with a side of 1. And yeah, I'm just the way I am, and that's it. I don't really see a benefit from knowing that I fit into this category. At the time that these questions were written, many of us are practicing social distancing. I'm filming this on August the 10th, even though it will probably come out at the end of the month. But we are still social distancing, and I think these questions were written in the end of March, beginning of April. So it has been a long time that we have been social distancing. And we, as a family, we watched 2 series on TV. One was The Expanse. And even though it's not my wheelhouse, the topic, like space and outer life forms, I really, really enjoyed the story a lot. I can, if you haven't watched it, I highly, highly recommend it. And then we watched Game of Thrones, and I haven't gotten hooked to this series, even though it's already quite old. I just wasn't interested. It felt very, again, not very much like something that I would enjoy. But again, I was proven wrong, and I really enjoyed watching it. And yes, there are a lot of sex scenes, especially in season 1. And my children, especially the 2 younger ones, felt very uncomfortable. We skipped through a lot of them, but it was a really great story, and every one of us enjoyed it. I think that was it. The lightning round. Functional versus fancy. I use functional first, pretty second. Glue stick versus tape runner, same thing. Glue stick before tape runner. Cover versus no cover. I usually use leather covers, but I don't have an A5 one. I have a Hobonichi Techo cover for an A5, but right now it just didn't feel right, so I'm using this plastic cover with cat tooth imprints. But again, I usually use covers, just not right now. Stamps versus watercolors. Right now, I really enjoy watercolors more, but I do love stamping as well, so both. And then stickers versus washi. Definitely stickers. I use washi, but I could totally live without washi tape, but not without stickers. Oh well, I could live without both, but it's more enjoyable with stickers. Okay, I am actually totally done. And if you haven't seen or participated in the PlannerTag, check out Ellie's Corner. Her video YouTube channel is I really admire her channel, the way she plans and journals. And I have planned on participating in this tag for months now. And so today was the day that I was going to film this video. Check out all the other videos that she has linked in her original one. I will link that in the description box below. And if you haven't participated yet and you want to participate, the questions are underneath that video. I would love to watch yours. Please leave a comment if you film it, and I will see you then. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.